Welcome to Mythos AI, your source for Cliff's Notes on complex subjects. Join Anna and Phil for yet another engaging conversation.
You want to dive into American cultural influence online. Buckle up because we're going deep, way beyond just the hits and blockbusters, to see how American culture is woven into the very fabric of the internet.
It's like we're swimming in it.
Exactly. And it's sneaky how these influences, sometimes super subtle, shape our online world. We're not just talking about seeing the American dream in a meme while you scroll.
Right, it's deeper than that.
It's about the values baked into the digital spaces we live in online.
It's easy to forget that the internet isn't this neutral thing. The term cultural imperialism gets used a lot in this conversation. The idea of one culture's beliefs kind of taking over. The internet's a big battleground for that.
And this isn't new, right? We've all seen those classic Hollywood movies, Casablanca, Gone with the Wind. They weren't just movies, they sold a vision of the American dream.
Absolutely, and those movies, along with American music, went global. Jazz, rock and roll, hip-hop, they all carried this idea of freedom, of rebellion, of expressing yourself.
It's wild how a catchy song or a powerful movie scene can be like a cultural ambassador, huh?
That's the whole idea of soft power. Persuasion, not force.
Yeah.
Shaping how people see the world.
And that's been going on forever. Like, remember MTV? It was like a direct line to American culture, beamed into homes around the world. It wasn't just the music, it was the clothes, the attitude.
It was a whole vibe. And then you had brands like Coca-Cola, Levi's, McDonald's. They became symbols of the American way of life. You weren't just buying a burger, you were buying into an idea.
But then the internet exploded and everything changed. We were suddenly hyper-connected with access to information like never before. A total game changer.
For sure. But it also made everyone ask, did the internet level the playing field? Or did it just pave the way for a new, sneakier kind of American influence?
Because, let's be real, American tech giants like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, they're the new public squares globally.
They are. What happens in Silicon Valley doesn't stay in Silicon Valley. Those decisions have a ripple effect. It's not just about what content's being exported. It's about who gets to decide what's seen, what's shared, what's valued. And that's where it gets even more interesting, because it's not just like, hey, I choose to watch this or listen to that. There's this hidden layer, this technology shaping our experience.
The algorithms everyone's talking about, I gotta be honest, they still feel kind of mysterious.
Totally. Think of it this way. Every time you're online, you're leaving a trail. Clicks, likes, searches, all of it. Algorithms are designed to make sense of all that data. They try to predict what you want to see next.
Like a giant recommendation engine?
Exactly. But those recommendations, they're not coming out of thin air. They reflect what's baked into the algorithms themselves, the values of the people who created them.
So even if they're trying to be neutral, they could still be pushing certain types of content, certain viewpoints.
Right, because often these algorithms are designed to keep us hooked, to keep us scrolling and clicking. And the easiest way to do that, show us more of what we already like, what already fits our worldview.
So we end up in that filter bubble everyone talks about, only seeing what confirms what we already believe.
And those filter bubbles, they really change how we see things, how we form our opinions, even how we talk to people who see things differently.
It's like we're letting algorithms do our thinking for us, deciding what we see and don't see.
That's the danger. If we only rely on these algorithms to curate our online world, we miss out on different perspectives, on challenging our own ideas, on really talking to people who are different from us.
And then there's AI. That adds a whole other level to this.
Absolutely. We've got AI creating art, writing music, even having conversations like a real person. And as AI gets even more advanced, it's going to reflect the biases of its creators, just like algorithms.
So what do we do? How do we make sure the internet, with all its potential to connect us, doesn't just become a place where one set of values wins out? It does feel like we're at some kind of turning point. We've got this amazing tool to connect and communicate, but we're only starting to realize how it can secretly shape how we think.
Yeah, and it's not about ditching technology or logging off forever. It's about being smarter, more intentional about how we use it.
So what can we do? How do we make sure the digital world shows us all of human experience, not just a tiny part?
Well, we can start by mixing things up a bit. We try to eat a variety of food to stay healthy.
Right.
We should do the same thing with information online. Get it from different sources and different points of view.
I mean, like going out of our way to find stuff that challenges what we already think, even if it makes us uncomfortable.
Exactly. Because those uncomfortable moments, when we're faced with different ways of seeing things, That's how we learn and grow.
Like breaking out of our bubble, where everyone agrees with us all the time.
And it's not just about what we see. We can also be more thoughtful about how we react to stuff online. It's easy to just scroll and scroll, but what if we actually like and share and comment on things that matter to us?
You're saying our online actions have power, that we're actually giving a boost to certain voices and ideas.
100%. Every click, every share, every comment, it's like telling those algorithms what we care about, what we want more of. And all those little signals add up.
So it's not enough to just be a spectator. We've got to be active citizens in the digital world too.
Exactly. It's about realizing we have a say in how this technology develops, that it should work for us, not the other way around. And it starts by being informed, by being engaged, by speaking up for the kind of digital world we want to live in.
Wow, it's a lot to take in. But it's also exciting to realize that we have some control here. We're not just along for the ride. We can actually shape the future of the internet with every click, every share, every conversation. And on that note, we'll leave you with this. If the digital world is a reflection of us, of what we value and what we hope for, what kind of reflection do we want to see? Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for listening to Mythos AI. Stay tuned for more concise insights. And remember to hit the like button and subscribe for future episodes.